You experienced a situation that was so traumatic, you quantum jumped into a parallel version of yourself. This is a quick message. Chosen one, the
From the
transformation
universe came to
chosen
one.
you. And a lot of you are starting to realize that you are operating in a higher version or a different version of yourself. And you are starting to understand that indeed you are not whom you used to be. You are starting to realize that you are a completely different individual. You're still yourself, but you have transformed or metamorphed 10 times into a better, higher version of yourself. And how did this happen? Chosen one, you were in situations that were so traumatic. You were in situations literally where you were going, you went through a season where you were going through things, chosen one, back to back to back. And this was a span over 2 or 3 years. Some of you have had so many NDEs, near death experiences, in the last couple of years, it's ridiculous. Now, chosen one, when we look into the comic books and we look into superheroes, the thing that triggers these people, when we talk about not the aliens, right? But even them, but just the human beings who become superheroes in the comic books. The things that trigger these superheroes to become these versions of themselves is traumatic experiences. Like, uh, you know, or even supervillains, right? Like Batman. His parents were unalived in front of him, and this was so traumatic to him that he grew up and became a superhero. He became a version of himself who wanted to fight, crime and become this super vigilante. We look at Spider-Man. Spider-Man got bit by a bug, a mutant spider. This is a very traumatic thing. It almost killed him. We look at the Hulk. He got locked into a machine and was hit with gamma rays. When you just break down these superheroes, how they became who they became, they went through an extremely traumatic situation. You look at the Joker. He fell in, he went through something very traumatic that turned him into a supervillain. And so, chosen one, you found yourself in traumatic situations for a year, maybe two, when you was experiencing NDEs, fake relationships, betrayal, people turning their backs on you. It's a very traumatic time in your life. And you found yourself in a situation that was highly traumatic. One major situation that we always seem to talk about, the night, the dark night of the soul. And when you found yourself in this dark night of the soul, chosen one, this was such a traumatic situation that it caused you to quantum leap. It caused reality to jump on you. And you quantum leap into a version of yourself that some may say they don't know who you are. Well, chosen one, you gotta understand, you are operating as a fucking superhero or supervillain, whoever you want to be. It's none of my business. I'm not here to judge. I am just a messenger. But you are who you are, and you are not who you were. See, chosen one, the trauma that you went through was supposed to take you out. And honestly, chosen one, if people didn't know your story, they would feel as though, they wouldn't know offhand that you have been to trauma. I mean, they would be able to look at you and tell that, you've been through things, right? Not because you look bad, but just because your energy. But they wouldn't know that you've been through what you've been through, not the trauma that you have experienced, chosen one. And so you got to understand, understand, and overstand the fact that you are not even traumatized to the point where you should be after going through this traumatic experience. You have to understand and overstand that you are operating at a frequency that is like otherworldly, superhero type shit. Chosen one, you went through a traumatic situation like they do in the comic books. Some of you were hit with substances. Some of you were, violently attacked. Some of you were poisoned. Some of you had chemical weapons, chemicals used against you that literally supposedly took you all the way out. And these things that were administered to you, chosen one, these were not light things. These were not things that people walk away from, let alone function normally. These were things that are meant to destroy and take people off of the face of the earth. Well, chosen one, your traumatic event, your traumatic attack that your attackers did to you literally sent you into a quantum jump, chosen one. It snatched you out of reality. And when you were snatched out of reality, chosen one, you quantum jumped into this version of yourself that most people would not know or recognize if you just walked up to them. Chosen one, you are operating at a frequency right now that is superhero-like. You can do things that others can't because you went through something so traumatic. It caused you to quantum jump into a parallel reality, into a parallel version of yourself. And this is why now you can do the things that you can do. You have the abilities that you have. Chosen one, your attackers literally activated you. And you got to thank them. Because if they don't do what they do to you, you don't become who you are. See, that traumatic experience that you went through catapulted your abilities. It shot you. It slingshotted you into a whole portal, a whole wormhole. You literally quantum jumped into a parallel reality to this version, a super version of yourself, chosen one. A lot of times, you don't even understand or believe who you the fuck are. Some of you can do things that is insane and you don't know where it came from. Where I'm telling you, chosen one, you went through trauma like the superheroes do. But instead of you dying, you actually became a superhero.